Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Hexion podcast. My name is Ephecs, and with me today I have Stef.
Was that like the
Stuugie.
hey
You sound like a white girl.
hey, I'm totally a white girl. Don't you
All
know
right, all
it?
right. You can stop now. Don't
Have
have
to.
String this week because he has been a little busy / sick. That's why we have missed the past 2 weeks, I
And I
believe.
was
Was it
sick
2 or
last
3?
week too.
I think this would have been the third. But he was sick the first week, and he's busy last week and this week, so he's out. Uh, but we still
No longer
have
the
some stuff
host.
to talk about, and we're still gonna do some things as we normally do. But anyways, he still did give us a hypothetical question to talk about at the beginning of the episode, like he normally has. And the hypothetical question today is: for 35,000 US dollars, would you go for 3 months without bathing, brushing your teeth, or using deodorant? Assume you could not explain your reasons to anyone until after the 3 months is up.
Alphabetical order. You go first, Vex.
Well, the thing is, I mean, going to going to high school and all, I don't think that you would get the best looks from not only your friends but your teachers and your superiors.
Imagine
You're
going to
walking
high
around.
school as a hobo with
Yeah,
an arrow in his foot.
having track,
Oh yeah.
having
Ooh.
track after school every day,
Oh my
ev-
gosh.
except for Thursdays. 4 days every weekday. You're running laps and you're jumping. You can't take a shower. You can't use
Jesus
deodorant. I
Christ.
can't
You.
imagine
Oh,
walking into school every single day. But
Smelling
then
like mud
again, it's for
bath.
30.
oh my
It's for
gosh.
$35,000. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm gonna say no. I mean, money's good, but I mean, I'm not the poorest man in the world. I'm definitely not the richest, but I can't walk around knowing that track season is just starting, not being able to shower, man.
Not even for $10 billion.
Wait. Just
Steph, it's you,
just
man.
a question about this. Is it all of them together, or is it any one of those?
No, it's all of them. You can't do any of them.
Oh Jesus. Ooh. Ooh, that changes the game. I thought it was a choice. It. Ah, man. All of them together. Uh, wait. Is it? Wait, whose turn is it actually? Is it my turn?
It's
What?
Steph's.
Oh,
You
sorry,
said
Alphabetical.
Steph.
Steph, and then you were like, wait.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Where are your manners, Stuugie?
What?
Jesus.
I'm
Be
sorry.
talking, Jesus.
White
I'm
people are
sorry,
rude.
man. It's a white people thing.
Okay, I would
Steph. Steph.
definitely not do it if it were 35,000, but if it were 35 million, maybe I would do it. But even if I were doing it, I would still stay at home every day. Like, I could not stand just
Well, I mean,
walking. What do you
if you were
say?
getting 35 million, you could just pay everybody who thought you were a weirdo and say, you know what? I'm sorry that you had to smell me when I couldn't take a shower for 2 months. Here's $50,000. If you could go around saying that, then yeah, I'm all up for it.
Yeah,
But
they'll still love you. It doesn't matter if you smell
yeah,
like
all
mud
right,
bath.
That's very true.
Stuugie, it's you.
Okay, I wouldn't do it either because oh man, that's tough. That is hardcore. Like to not do any of that. I don't know if I could handle being in a room myself. Like I wouldn't play video games because I'd be sitting by myself in my own stink, and I don't think I could handle that.
Yeah, you wouldn't even touch
Never
your own
mind other
keyboard.
people.
Don't even touch your own keyboard, because once you clean after all those months, you would still get dirty from your keyboard.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I couldn't do it. I don't even. It depends on how much money, but that's definitely not enough for it. I mean that. Oh, but that's still like what I could do with $35,000 USD in Canada. That is an entire degree in university. Legit, that is a degree in university in Canada. I could, if I did that for 3 months, I could pay off my entire university. So, I mean, can I rub sand on my pits?
Can you what?
Rub sand on my
No.
pits. Scrub it.
Scrub
No.
scrub your pits with
Hey,
sandpaper.
Let's,
How about
let's
wash?
move on.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
Try
the
to think of
answer's
someone that would do it.
okay. Okay. Now, first official topic that we actually had today, kind of starts off with Leonard Nimoy. Poor guy passed away.
Rest in peace.
Does anyone do you guys even know what he passed away from? I don't know. I was never a Trekkie. I've never seen any of the movies. I've never read any of the comics. I know nothing about the guy.
I do not know.
Other than he's passed away. Well, that's not the question. I asked how he died, you prick. But do you guys
What are you
know
so mean?
how he died?
Apparently it was from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. I'm not exactly sure what that means because I don't know what that is at all really. But apparently it's something that happens when you're smoking a lot though.
COPD.
COPD or
Alright.
COAD. Oh yeah, COPD. Yes, you're right.
Alright.
Was he a smoker? Because that says that that's a huge.
Oh yeah, he was a
cause.
smoker. I just looked it up.
Oh, so yeah, that's probably how it happened. He smoked. Too bad.
So I mean, were either of you guys Trekkies? Like I already said, I never have been. I've never seen any of the movies. I don't know anything about the stuff.
I'm pretty sure
But
we're all out
I
of the
just thought
age
it
range
was
for that.
interesting.
I don't know. I've watched the old movies, but I wouldn't consider myself a Trekkie because I didn't watch the TV shows, which is where a lot of the core Star Trek stuff happened and a lot of the important things. At least that's what I feel like. I mean, the movies were
Right.
amazing. I loved the movies, but I still don't think I'd be considered a Trekkie just from the movies.
So with that, I mean, not only did the man die, but you think of people like him, like Leonard Nimoy and Robin Williams, and not even people who are just passed away, like Morgan Freeman or who else? I mean, who else can you think of? Jim Carrey is one of them that comes to mind. But all these different people that you know for playing like such recognizable roles. Like when someone says Spock, do you think of Mr. Spock, who's Leonard Nimoy, or Dr. Spock, who's the new one? I mean,
Mr. Spock.
I
I've
don't
never
even-
heard of
I've never
Dr.
seen.
Spock.
Yeah,
I think of Mr. Spock.
yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
they look similar
and
in camera. Like, somewhat similar.
Yeah,
Similar
yeah,
enough
but-
where, like, you can pull off that Leonard Nimoy is the new guy, Zachary Quinto's. You can tell that, like, they look like the same person the way they did it. So, I mean, but still.
Yeah, I mean that's CG, that's makeup, and that's just people looking alike. But I mean, with that, you think of these people as having such hugely recognizable roles in especially movies. I mean, we know Leonard Nimoy for being Mr. Spock. We know Robin Williams for having that comic relief in every single movie. I mean, there's Aladdin, there's Good Morning Vietnam, there's Jumanji with him, and then there's Morgan Freeman. Like who the hell knows how many movies he's been in? I mean, just things like Robin Williams' comic relief, things like Morgan Freeman's voiceovers. I mean, everyone knows his voice of the gods. Jim Carrey being absolutely insane to begin with. So, I mean, it's kind of odd to think like you're never gonna see this person's name in the credits anymore in modern movies. You're never going to be able to see this person in a new scene that you've never seen before, assuming they're dead. Obviously, I mean, obviously Morgan Freeman and Jim Carrey aren't dead. I'm talking about when this happens because it happens to all of us. But
No way.
what can you guys make of that? Like, can you picture a movie like Aladdin without the genie?
No, he's an important part. Well, just in Aladdin, I mean, I haven't watched it in a long time, so I don't know its name. It's just the genie right now to me. But like, it's important because I mean, he's the genie, which is what like made Aladdin who he was as well. So like, when you take away someone who's really important from something, it's kind of like it can't be the same. They're gonna try and do something else, but it's never gonna be the same, and some people will notice and not like it.
Hmm. It's kind of like, oh gosh, this reminds me of when, like, Transformers was a thing, the movies coming out, not like the TV show and the action figures and crap like that, but like the movies. When did the first one even come out? I don't know. But you know how Megan Fox was in the first one? He's
Hmm.
basically the main
Oh,
character's basically his girlfriend, but she
yeah,
pretended like she wasn't, but you
yeah.
knew what was going on. And then the second movie comes out and it's some new girl, and I was so mad.
I
It's
think
like,
she
where's the Megan Fox?
wasn't she in the second one?
She was in the second one, but she wasn't like the guy's girlfriend. There was another girl.
No, well, I mean,
So,
the
There
other
was
girl
another
ended up
girl.
being a robot.
huh?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
she
like
turned into a robot. She turned into a
yeah,
transformer.
the one time that there was
Yeah.
another girl, she turned out to be a transformer as well. So, I mean,
Yeah, but still, I mean, think about it. Think about it. You didn't have necessarily Megan Fox there the entire time. And in the beginning of the movie, where you didn't know that this girl was a transformer, you're thinking, where's the fox? Where's the fox? And it's the same thing with like Robin Williams and Leonard Nimoy not being here. It's like there's gonna be people wanting to, not necessarily making remakes of movies like Aladdin or Star Trek, probably Star Trek. There has been remakes, or Good Morning Vietnam. But as soon as you see someone else trying to play the role that Robin Williams and Leonard Nimoy played, you're gonna say, nah, no, nah. The thing is, you can't change it, right?
There, you can change it because, in the making of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the voice of Iroh in the middle of it, he died. Mako died, and they somehow found another guy that sounded exactly like him, and he went on for the rest of the
oh,
So
series.
that's
I didn't
so.
even know. And I watched that series like 4 times, and I didn't even know. Wow, that
Yeah,
must
and
have
it
been
it
amazing.
even
I didn't.
continued into the Legend of Korra.
Wow,
Yeah,
I had no idea that that happened.
and Mako was also the voice of Splinter in whatever Ninja Turtles movie.
Splinter. What movie? What movie is that?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it was the one before the current Ninja Turtle movie, or the latest one. But
I,
I'm not sure.
honestly, I think the stupidest one was Harry Potter, where in the first two Dumbledore I don't even know.
Oh
He's some old
God,
guy,
yeah, man.
and then it changes to the new Dumbledore, and it's like, what the heck? Why did they
20
have to
years
change?
younger.
Yeah, he looked younger. I mean, he was a way better actor, I think. He did way better in the role of Dumbledore. And I think it was a good choice, but
I
I
didn't.
wish they did him first.
Imagine if Ian McKellen had to
Man,
play Dumbledore.
Oh,
That'd be so weird. Like when you suddenly hear Dumbledore say, "You shall not pass." Like what the hell's going on?
it's just like, wait a second.
Wait,
But
what am I watching? It is Lord of Harry Potter.
Right.
I think we went a little tangent there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just gonna, yeah.
That's
Say
okay.
it.
But
Oh God.
anyways, there's that. That's just the whole thing with iconic actors and their roles, their personalities that we know them for.
Mhm.
Uh, Second topic. This one, String suggested this one because I was asking him like, okay, if you're not gonna be here, then you got any topics lined up? And he said, well, talk about internet dating. I'm
Oh,
like, well,
yay.
it's kind of odd, in my opinion, like how prominent that is, because this is gonna show my opinion on this quite a bit, but I don't understand how you could how you could see words on a screen from someone you've never heard their voice before, and you've never seen them before, you've never done anything with this person
It's like
before, but you
falling in
see
love
the
with
words on the
Siri.
screen. Yeah, shut up, I was talking, mate.
Bit.
Yeah, it's like you see words on a screen that say something that you like, and you don't even know who that person is, and people are falling in love with each other by not knowing who the other person is, and then that leads to this whole thing of catfishing, and then you end up trying to get to know this person more, and as soon as it gets serious, they back out, and it's like, what were you expecting? What did you expect? I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Because Oh gosh. And it leads off to the other thing of like 8-year-old kids going around on Minecraft servers seeing people with girl skins like, hey, what's going on? Hit me up.
Well,
What do you
that's
think
kind
about
of weirder because it's like I could wear a girl skin, and I'm most definitely not a girl. And if that happened to me,
it?
I'd be like, go away,
Yeah,
please.
when me, String, and Stuugie were playing Windcraft and I was playing as my alt, I had that alt had a girl skin and everyone's like, "Oh, you're so pretty. I want to give you stuff. I want to help you get better."
That's that almost seems like a legitimate strategy. If you go on a new server, wear a girl skin, and they will give you things. Well, I think,
uh,
I mean, it might work. Who knows? I
Imagine
mean,
you just named your account Brandon or something. They give yourself a girl skin. They'll probably still do it.
yeah, it's Brandon or like man. Is like just. I wonder if that's a name. If I could do that, I would be so happy.
Morgan
Anyway,
But
Freeman.
anyway,
yeah, sorry.
not just in Minecraft, but in general, what do you think about it? Could you find yourself in that situation, or have you found yourself in that situation,
I
girl?
think it's kind of stupid because it's stupid and it this I don't know how to say this, but I've read about all these cyberbullying cases where the victim is usually the victim because they were
The
goaded
victim
into
is usually the victim. Thank you, Steph.
because they were goaded into showing their whatever parts to some guy on Omegle or something, and then whatever guy decides to pass around that picture to be a jerk, and then they get really sad and then they kill themselves. And then people start discouraging online things and Omegle and whatever online social sites
Like,
just because of that. Like I do think that
Yeah.
online dating is bad. Like if you try to get to know someone online that you don't have any proof of who they are, then and if you actually start feeling affectionate for them and then they turn out to be someone stupid, not stupid, but someone bad, and then put a lot of stuff you just put a lot of time and effort into this person and then they turn out to be bad. So I don't think that's nice, but whenever people just start discouraging the use of technology and social sites just because of that, it gets really stupid. Like they should use that
Yeah.
because it's something that like it brings humanity forward. You shouldn't discourage people from abusing it.
Yeah. I mean, that. Sorry, Stuugie, you gotta go.
no,
Go.
okay, sure. Okay, so personally, I wouldn't do it. I don't think that that's really something I'd feel I need to do. I feel like that's something kind of desperate almost. It's like I can't actually talk to somebody, so I'm gonna message somebody and hope that they like me, and then I'm gonna get started. But I mean, it works on some people, which is true because I know somebody who I'm not gonna name who. Uh, he used, I think it was like eHarmony or something like that, and it legit worked. And he's married now to this person.
Your
Well,
brother?
that's different. That's different.
But
eHarmony.
this is still online dating
Is
though.
he your brother?
Yeah, you're definitely right, but eHarmony is I mean, millions of people or thousands, however many people have gotten married and gotten in serious relationships with eHarmony. But that's also when you have a picture of this person and the
Hmm.
location of this person right in front of you. And when you say, "Hey, do you want to meet up?" They can't just say, I don't have a microphone."
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. It's like, okay, well then I'll just scroll. Like there's someone else right next to you that is legitimate. So eHarmony is different because that's full of people that are seeking out something like that, rather than somebody who sees the opportunity to catfish you, right?
Hmm.
I
Uh,
see people who get into that situation as not very bright because if you're gonna talk to somebody and give someone something solely on the words that they type, that is a terrible idea. I mean, there's so many cases, for sure in the past, of people in chat rooms. Yeah, definitely the past. Chat rooms aren't really a thing anymore. Who like this is where things like oh, what is it really like pedophilia would really happen, where it's like, hey, I like you. Let's hang out or let's talk. And then it's like, hey, we'll go meet, and it ends up being somebody completely different than what you think. And I think you have to put way too much trust into somebody who really is anonymous on the internet, and it could go really bad really quickly.
Hope.
Like FX said with the nude pictures and stuff like that. Or no, that
I
was
didn't say
Steph.
that.
That was
Steph
Steph.
said that.
Sorry,
Thank you
sorry,
very much.
Steph. Sorry, Steph. Like, okay, I know. Even on something like eHarmony or something like that, women have a lot of trouble with guys who just send dick pics. That's a legitimate problem on these sites, because they see a girl and they're like, you want to see this, huh? And it's like, okay, this is not what we want. It's like, come
You
on.
have experience.
No.
You said it's not what we want.
Wait. Wait. Okay. No, that's not what I
Caught in
meant.
the act. Caught red-handed.
You found my secret.
Caught red penis.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Let's
Okay. Continue.
let's just skip that moment in my life.
No.
Okay. Okay.
Mother
But
of God.
it's kind of like what Steph was alluding to, that these types of things, that internet dating that leads to catfishing, ends up creating a lot of negative connotation for the internet itself. Because before you know it, grown-ups are constantly telling you everybody online is a predator. You can't talk to them.
That's not true. Like,
Stranger danger.
I wasn't finished. It's these types of things, in my opinion. I'm not saying eHarmony. That has nothing to do with this. I'm saying a lot of even kids, teenagers to young adults, getting on not just Minecraft but online games, becoming in a relationship with somebody, getting catfished, and in more serious cases, like Stuugie said in the past, with chat rooms, kids going off into public places and being kidnapped and then hurt because they didn't understand people over the internet aren't always who they say they were. And I think that has created a lot of bad connotation for talking to people that you don't necessarily know over the internet, when at times it's just people that want to play video games together. I mean, it's like, I've never met you guys,
that's how we
but that
met.
doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that I think that you're a predator. It doesn't mean that I think you're a 30-year-old man.
And
I'm
But
totally 30
also,
years
I'm not
old.
yeah, but also I'm not putting my trust in you by going out and trying to meet one of you in a public place.
or
Right?
give us money.
There's a difference. Yeah,
Like,
there's a
that's not what
difference.
we're about. And yeah, if any of you asked me for that, I would be really like, okay, what's it for? Why? I don't even think I would. I can't, like, I don't see a reason why I would have to. I wouldn't give flat out money to
I have a
anyone
question,
I didn't
though.
know.
I have a question.
Yes, go on.
So, if
Oh yeah,
going back to the online dating thing, but you said
still on that.
that you wouldn't necessarily date someone that you know just through text. But what if you know that person through talking, like they have a microphone and stuff? Would you actually go into a relationship with them because it's more open, like you know them more? You know that.
That's a good question. And the big thing is with catfishing is the other person says, I don't have a webcam, I don't have a microphone. That's how it leads to it. And then it provokes the question, well, why the hell should I believe that you're even a female if you can't show me that if you can't talk to me? And so when it comes to a microphone, so still no, obviously, because I mean, personally, as an extrovert, I can go out, and if I was looking for a relationship, I'm not a nervous person, and so I don't have a problem with going up to somebody and saying, "Hey, let's go to a movie" or whatever, what have you. But still, on that level, I can see why people get into relationships like that, and I don't think it's as bad because, like you said, with a microphone, when you're talking to somebody, you're able to express more emotion, and you're able to get your point across more to a degree, and it becomes a little bit more personal when you're actually able to speak to someone. Because I mean that. Oh gosh, how can I even go about explaining this? You know more about the person as soon as you start actually speaking to them, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. Voice is very important, but I think still even more so. I think if you actually meet them in person, I think that's the best in a safe way.
They could be, although yeah, that's true, but they
But
could
like if
be.
you've spoken to them, for instance. Sorry.
There could be still
Mhm.
danger in speaking to someone because they could use a voice changer. You never know.
They could, and then also
Well,
webcam as well. Come on, like if you see them online and actually see them for who they are, there's a much less chance of anything else happening. For one, and for two, if somebody else, if you plan to meet them, let's say at a mall, and you go there and someone else is there, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll take you to this person," don't go with that person. Like that's a given that this is still a wrong thing unless that person that you saw is there, and then at that point you can maybe not even leave with them, just hang out and do whatever there with the person, because I mean for the first little bit it might be a better idea to just hang out in public places just to make sure that the person's okay.
Mhm,
Hmm.
definitely. So basically, what it comes down to is no internet relationships unless microphone and webcam.
Pretty
Not
much.
when I say web, I feel bad saying webcam because that's another word that has a lot of negative connotation behind it. But anyways,
Webcam.
It can be
just
hacked, but
just
I
know who
mean,
you're.
you know.
Imagine
You
having.
voice changers. There's no voice changer today that doesn't skip or sound distorted in some way, and there's no way you could sync that up with a pre-recorded webcam. So, I mean, I think you're pretty safe if you have both of those. But
Yeah.
still, I
Mm-mm.
recommend just going out and just finding your significant other in person because that way you don't have to travel 500 miles to talk to somebody.
That's true.
But
Unless they live in the same
there's
city.
yeah. Yeah, there's that. But so aside from that, another topic starts with Guild Wars 2. That's been out for a little bit now, as far as I know. But just recently, I believe, what is it through the sixth to through the eighth or the fifth through the eighth? I'm not entirely sure.
I
Let
believe it
me
was the
actually, I
6th
have.
to the 8th.
All right. Until the end of tomorrow, essentially. It's up to 75% off on their website. It goes
Woo!
from the deluxe edition going from $60, 60 US dollars down to 15. That's quite the price drop, right? But not just for Guild Wars 2. This isn't just for promoting a game that I haven't even played yet. But generally, what do you think is the benefit for not just game companies, but companies in general to just destroy their prices essentially and make their products from being out of people's budget to available to those with spare change in their pocket, basically? I mean, how do you think that could benefit them? And if you had made a game, would you end up doing that? Under what circumstance? Because for me, I mean, I'm not a businessman for first of all, so I'm not entirely sure why when you have a $60 game selling well, I mean, as far as I know, Guild Wars hasn't been having much sales trouble. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but there hasn't been any articles on PC Gamers saying, "Hey, Guild Wars is in trouble. Cut funding." Ah! Uh, so
Karate.
I don't see. Yeah, I couldn't see any previous motivation for them to just say, "Hey, this is 75% off." But then again, Nintendo released Metroid for $3 or however much it was just recently, a couple months
Wow.
ago. Yeah, really good game like Super Metroid, and they just decided, "Hey, take it. We don't care." Uh, I mean, like I said, maybe they're just being bros about it. And it's like, "Hey, we know you like our game. Why don't you have the deluxe edition for $15?" What do you think about it?
I think
And would you
it's
buy something like that?
um probably. because okay, I'm not gonna go into that yet, but the reason why I think they lower their prices is pretty much the same reason every company lowers their prices, because if something's too expensive, people cheapskates basically, they're all over the world. They go, I don't know, I don't want to waste money, and then so they lower the prices, and then it goes down like 75%. Oh, and the cheapskates are like, oh, it's my opportunity, I'm gonna buy it now. So maybe that's what they're thinking, and maybe they just want to expand their market because maybe they've done really well, but they want more money basically because almost every company is like a money faces, like governments.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, even me, when I was looking for topics for today's podcast, I went on PC Gamer and I saw, wow, this game that String and Stuugie always talk about is 75% off. I had no intention to buy it before, and now that's $15. I mean, I didn't even know the price before. If it had been $15 before, I wouldn't have even thought about buying it, but now that they've lowered it, I'm thinking, well, I mean, I might want this in the future, so maybe it'd be a good idea to jump on it now. And so that could be just the thing that they're going for, is that they're trying to get people who, like Steph said, they're trying to expand their market, who didn't even want their game before, just to say, hey, your friends have been talking about this game and now we've dropped the price, so you should buy it. I think that could be part of it, and I think, hey, that's really smart because obviously it's worked on me. Chances are I will pick it up because it's hell, $15 for a game that's my friends have been talking about. So that's a plus all on its own. Stuugie,
All
thoughts?
right. Okay. I'm just gonna say, on the topic of Guild Wars specifically, I'm pretty excited that they did that because I wanted the game since Christmas, and it's $10 for the non-deluxe edition, which is what I was gonna get. I got Guild Wars 2 for $10, normal price 40, which is insane. And I think when they're thinking of doing this, it's kind of, I think it has to do with algorithms. I think it's less people thinking, let's do uh, this sale at this time. I think this will be great. I think there's some computer algorithm running, this is the best time to do this sale because the most people are going to buy it at this time. I believe that's called big data. Um, I'm not 100% sure how that works, but um, I think it really does work. And like Ephecs said, when he wasn't even thinking about getting it, and he wouldn't have gotten it at $15. But now that because it's cheaper, you think, would I want this later? And I think that sucks a lot of new people into a game. Uh, I think it expands their market, and I also think that um a game like this, they actually probably don't get that much money just from buying the game. I feel like I haven't played it, but it seems like a game that would kind of thrive off of in-game purchases. Just from what I've heard about the game and stuff like that, I feel like they're not really going to lose that much. And also,
Mm-hmm.
I found out in this game specifically, um, a lot of people buy the game and sell their accounts, and a lot of people who do that would be buying this game in bulk right now, and they would sell their
Mm-hmm.
accounts. So
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
yeah,
Oh
exactly,
wow.
right? Like if I was going to if I had like a little bit of extra money and I knew how to play this game really well, I would literally buy like 20 accounts, level them all up to whatever level is good for payment, which I heard it's like level 60. You can get like $120 for an account. Just think about that, 20 accounts, $120. Like that's a lot of money you'd be getting from this for very little
That
cost.
is that's really interesting. I didn't even think about that because if you remember, like when World of Warcraft is still pretty prominent. I mean,
It's
you've got
one of the
people
most
selling like the
popular
Sword of
games.
Azeroth on eBay for Yeah, I mean, you've got people selling Sword of Azeroth, like I said, on eBay for who knows how much. That it goes for a lot. Just stupid things like that, and so people who do those types of things, I can't. That seems like the dirtiest thing ever. I don't know. It's just, yeah.
There's a market for it.
It
I mean, it seems stupid, but some people don't want to play the game themselves.
get a job.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why would you need a job if you can buy 100 of those accounts, level them all up, and get like 15 grand? Just think about that. Think about how much money you could make doing that.
Yeah.
If you don't mind
That'd be
grinding.
the best job ever.
That would be.
Play games
Yeah.
all day and sell it.
Yeah. Totally not anything
but-
you're used to, Steph. Playing the game and selling it. And same with you, Ephecs.
I don't even have any money.
But anyways, that's kind of that. That's I mean, I'm actually interested specifically on this topic to see what audience thinks about people listening to the podcast. I mean, we always want people to interpret what we're saying on their own, but this is obviously a gaming related topic, which not all of our topics are. So if go check out Guild Wars 2 if you're into an MMO, check it out and give me your opinion. Me
It's
specifically.
mom.
I'm wondering what you have
It's
to say.
mom respelled.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also
Sure.
wanted to. I also
I have
wanted
no
to
idea
ask
what you're talking
something.
about.
I wanted to ask something.
Go for it.
What do you guys think of free-to-play games? Why do
Okay,
companies
waiting.
make games free-to-play?
Because in-game purchases
Ads.
and ads.
Yeah, but-
in-game purchases and ads. Yeah, they're not.
But why not
They
just?
make revenue of it somehow.
Yeah, but why that specific game to make it free, and why other games to make it paid?
But I mean, think about it. League of Legends, I think nobody would play it if it wasn't free to play. It's such a big game though, the way it is. And it
Dude,
gets,
it has its own. It has its own gaming ESPN. I mean,
Okay.
it's crazy.
at this point, it could probably go and pay to play
Yeah, they probably have
in
like
some way.
they probably have the
but they
most
don't.
views on Twitch every week,
Probably.
besides
Like they're
Dota.
so
They-
huge
no, they
in
do.
gaming. They're so huge in gaming. And they just find that how they're doing things is working perfectly for them. And they find that honestly they are the biggest game, and I think it is because they're free to play. They were able to get that large of a following. I think if they like even World of Warcraft, it's not pay to it is pay to play, sorry. But it doesn't have the same following on Twitch, for example. Like people play it, but I'm pretty sure League of Legends has more.
Mhm.
Just
But
as-
generally, what it comes down to, and especially with MMOs, kind of like what we were saying about Guild Wars earlier with Stuugie, he was saying, even though they're lowering their prices, it's a game that probably makes a lot off of in-game purchases, because that's how MMOs roll. There's so many things that you can do, but don't want to work for, so you buy them instead. I mean, that's why there's no game out there. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's obviously like browser games and Facebook games and stuff like that, that are just basically free to play. Like, hey, no ads, no well, I shouldn't even say that. Farmville in-game purchases everywhere.
Oh mother of God, yes. Clash of Clans.
But it's Clash of Clans. Even all these different things. There's ads. There's in-game purchases.
There's Liam Neeson
So many
commercials.
games are free to download, but not always free to play.
Yeah, like to get on the leaderboard for Clash of Clans, you would either have to
Oh my
wait
God.
like 10 years of playing, or you would have to buy like 10 grand worth of gems. Like, there's no way that those people didn't pay like thousands of dollars to be on the top. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like games like that. I mean, obviously it works because I mean, there's a lot of people who've paid a lot of money in that game. Anyways,
Right.
what's
So that's the end of that. Another tangent.
yeah?
So last thing, and this is a commonly discussed topic, but what it boils down to is PC hardware providers. No, we're not like every other single podcast out there that's nerding out about, oh my god, have you seen the latest NVIDIA and AMD MSI processor and motherboard?
Oh my gosh,
No.
yes.
Nerdgasm.
No, that's not what I mean. But when it, for those of you, not just Stuugie, that have built computers out there, how active are you when it comes down to searching for PC hardware? Because when I was building mine, I mean, I spent a solid 3-4 hours just going through things, making sure things would be compatible, making sure things could run the games that I wanted to play, looking at reviews, looking at comparison videos, looking at all these different things. And not only that, making sure that the company is constantly updating, not just things like their website, but like Nvidia. They always have, what is it? Could you consider that? Is it like a convention? What is it? Like they always have their whole thing every year about how their graphics card, their GPU is the new greatest thing ever.
It's not like
What
they
would you
have
even
much
call that? I don't know.
competition. I don't even know. Is it like an actual
I
competition?
wouldn't say that.
Well, their only competition.
Well, they
really
have their.
is- Sorry, go on.
They have their own event where they have people congregate together to basically play games running on their GPU to promote how it works. I mean, that just either it's going on now or it just ended. Because all over Instagram, I see people posting about, hey, I played this at the NVIDIA thinger, and it was great. It was the best thing ever. Buy one for bajillions of dollars. And obviously, NVIDIA is one of the top GPU providers out there. There are others, and I personally don't have an NVIDIA GPU. But what it boils down to is how much does that matter to you? Does it matter to you? Would it matter to you at all? About how often people are talking about something that not even anybody knows about. Like last year, I didn't know that people could build computers so easily. Right?
I think Steph, you should start.
I don't know nothing. I don't know anything
Steph
about
knows
hardware.
nothing about.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
So
yeah. This is basically you. This is basically you and me, dude.
sorry.
Bye guys.
Sorry,
I'm
Steph.
off to bed.
Okay. Wow. Thanks, Steph. Thanks a lot. Oh man. You know what? Quality hardware.
So this is the point in the podcast where I conveniently edit out what Stuugie said, as he quite literally went on a 10-minute one-way discussion with himself about every component of hardware in a computer that went super duper off topic and went over the time limit. It sounded something like this.
Oh my god, man, did you hear about the new latest and greatest NVIDIA GPU that could run like everything ever at 4K graphics, 1440p? I was like so amazed when I saw the presentation for it at the convention. Oh, also, those new AMD processors and GPUs look like they could be the next thing in PC hardware. Just remember to apply your thermal paste. Your thermal paste!
I think that's about it
great.
for today. I
Okay.
hope everybody enjoyed. Sorry if this went on for a little bit too long.
What? Are you talking?
But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We do appreciate it. Leave your feedback in the comments below. We'd like to know what you thought of this we talked about today. If you agree, if you disagree, if you'd like to rip our guts out because we disagree with what you said. Anything of that effect works. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you later.
Hopefully, she'll be here next week.